Asian markets reverse as appeals court gives Trump tariffs reprieve. Asian shares fell Friday after a U.S. appeal court gave Donald Trump sweeping tariffs a temporary reprieve, fanning uncertainty a day after judges had ruled the controversial measures were unconstitutional. The losses reversed a rally across world markets the previous day, as analysts warned that the legal wrangling could compound volatility and throw trade talks between Washington and other governments, while the tariffs have been stalled and are set to go through the courts and possibly end up at the Supreme Court. There are expectations that the US president will find other means to implement them. The US Court of International Trade is ruling on Wednesday barred most of the tariffs announced since Trump took office, ruling that he had overstepped his authority, a decision he labeled horrible and should be quickly and decisively reversed for good. Backroom hustlers must not be allowed to destroy our nation, he wrote on his Truth Social platform. A separate ruling by a federal district judge in Washington, D.C. also found some levies unlawful as well, giving the administration 14 days to appeal. Observers said the latest developments have led to speculation about trade negotiations, including those between the United States and European Union, and a deal it has already struck with Britain. But Kevin Hassett, director of the National Economic Council, told Fox Business that hiccups sparked by the decisions of activist judges would not affect negotiations and that 3 agreements were close to finalization. National Australia Bank's Rodrigo Cattrall said after the appeal court decision that Trump's trade agenda remains alive and kicking with the legal battle, adding yet another layer of uncertainty. He added that the judges could still rule against the White House, but it is probably worth emphasizing that the president has other avenues to impose tariffs. So our view here is that the court case is just another layer of uncertainty/complication, but it does not derail Trump's tariff agenda. Cattrall said, "The ongoing shift in U.S. trade policy is creating a cloud of uncertainty, and now the legal battles are making the outlook even cloudier. The only thing that looks more certain is more uncertainty, which is set to lead to a further pullback in investment decision and hiring." Meanwhile, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told Fox News on Thursday that negotiations with China were a bit stalled, and Trump might need to speak to President Xi Jinping weeks after the economic superpowers agreed a détente in their trade war. He added that, given the magnitude of the talks, given the complexity, that this is going to require both leaders to weigh in with each other. Hong Kong and Tokyo were off more than 1% each, while Shanghai, Sydney, and Seoul also sank into the red. Though Wellington and Manila edged up, the weak performance followed a tepid day on Wall Street, where all 3 main indexes ended just slightly higher, with sentiment also dented by data showing the US economy contracted in January-March, albeit at a slower pace than first thought. Disappointing readings on jobless benefits and pending home sales added to the more downbeat mood, with investors also on edge over elevated bond yields and Trump's plans to ramp up the budget deficit. On currency markets, the yen strengthened after figures showed inflation in Tokyo, a barometer for the rest of Japan, came in above forecast this month, ramping up expectations the country's central bank will hike interest rates in July.